Australians have had enough. For 2 years, a group that has grown from just 70 people, that was in April of 2020, now has hundreds of thousands of it by the end of 2021 and into this month. They have been staging some of the biggest political protests the country has ever seen. These are brave freedom fighters, and they do it at great danger to themselves. Well, there is a new documentary out. It's called Battleground Melbourne, and it tells the story of these ordinary people who risked everything to save their country. Watch this.
And this time I thought, them, I don't care. It's not okay. It's not okay. This country is being pummeled.
Last year, mandatory vaccines was a conspiracy theory. What we wouldn't have accepted last year, now we accept, and now is normal.
What we're looking at is a two-tiered society.
Is that not what we're seeing in America right now? It really is. The Australian documentary filmmaker behind Battleground Melbourne joins me now. His name is TopherField. If you watch this program, you've seen him on here before. Topher, it's good to have you back. You're not in jail, which I'm happy about.
I am facing court next week with 2 charges of incitement. I have to say your opening story there explaining what's been going on and how the legal system is being abused for political purposes resonates very deeply with me, because that's exactly what's happening here and happening to me personally. So we'll see how things go next week, Grant.
So let me play another clip from your documentary here, because it gets to the heart of just how dangerous it has been for you and the other protesters involved.
What do you do? He won. Daniel Andrews won. We are a disarmed population with a government willing to shoot at us to ensure our obedience. And if we kept going, someone was going to get killed.
You have the choice of, do we keep protesting and do we end up with someone getting killed? That would be a heavy responsibility to bear.
Topher, the government really shooting on Australian citizens there?
To clarify, in the context of the documentary, it is clear I'm talking about the use of rubber bullets, pepper balls, these sorts of things. They're not shooting live ammunition. But anyone that knows these sorts of projectiles knows that they are potentially lethal. It's a pure matter of luck. If you get struck in the head by one of those, that's probably it for you. So they are shooting at us. And keep in mind, we had our guns taken away in 1996. There aren't a lot of guns in civilian hands anymore. There are in rural areas, but certainly not in the cities very many. And here we have anti-terrorist squads. And this, I think, is a point I really want to emphasize. They are rolling out the anti-terrorist squads, effectively defining us as terrorists, people who want to be free, people who want to have choice over their own personal medical decisions. We are now being branded and treated and attacked and assaulted by our own government as terrorists.
Folks, I want everyone to listen to what Topher's saying, because do you not see the similarities? We've all been branded as domestic terrorists here if we somehow do not comply with these demands in the United States. Here's what's so dangerous, Topher. I'm going to play you a clip from Howard Stern. He's a guy I used to love to listen to on the radio. When I was growing up in high school working on construction jobs, this guy was great. He's turned into a leftist anti-freedom loon. I want you to listen to him, and what's so scary is he speaks to so many in America. Listen.
Djokovic. The Joker. I call him the Joker. What a
else, Howard. You didn't call
they do? Do they really? I've never. Yes, the first I heard of this guy is that he doesn't want to get his vaccine and he's running around. Nobody's clear what his stat. They should throw him right the out of tennis. That's it.
His status is he had COVID at the very beginning of COVID. He got
it. And who knows? He could be lying.
He
could be lying.
You know, that angry radio jockey, remember, banned by the FCC, Howard Stern? You were so afraid of government coming in and silencing you. What do you think they're doing to the people now? Topher, what is your message to Howard Stern and the people listening to him with this nonsense?
My message to people who want a segregated society is very, very simple. Go to a mirror, look at yourself in the mirror and realize that if you'd lived in Germany in the 1930s and 1940s, you would have dobbed in Anne Frank. You would have stood on the guard towers at Auschwitz. If you support a segregated society now, then you would have supported it back then, because all the arguments were very similar. It was about public health. It was about the gene pool and improving mankind. It was about saving grandma from a typhus outbreak in the 1930s. We are seeing history repeat itself. And the tragedy, Grant, is that we are now discovering in our society that we have an enormous number of people who would have dobbed in Anne Frank.
It's so disheartening to see that happening in Australia, a great friend of America. TopherField, we will be pulling for you in your court case. Please keep us posted on us, because it's a tragedy that you even faced that. But thank you for coming on, and thank you for this documentary. Real quick, where can people get it?
Battlegroundmelbourne.com. Go there. You'll find it embedded on the front page. Also at TopherField.net, which is my own blog. You'll find it there as well.
All right, TopherField, thank you so much, my man, and good luck.